we have seen that if we apply a load on a bar or a body, for example this one, if you apply a load, then this is going to deform first elastically. Let us say this is the elastic deformation, and from this there is plastic deformation. Plastic deformation is it does not return to its original shape and size. So there is elastic deformation. Elastic deformation means it will return to its original shape and size. So I am applying this force, and the final size and shape of the body is this one. And after the removal of load, if I remove this applied load, and it will again return to this shape and size. So how does it return to its shape and size? In another external force is not applied compressively on this, but it is returning to its original shape and size. This is because when the load is applied, the body is stored an energy that is called as strain energy. Due to the strain energy, and it returns to its original shape and size. So that is called as strain energy. The strain energy due to gradual or static load. This is the very important one, gradual or static load. So here strain energy means work done in strain energy. Work done is the strain energy. That means, so if you see this P delta graph, this is the proportionality limit. This is proportionality limit. Up to proportionality limit, the graph will be a straight line. For sigma epsilon, that is stress strain curve and P delta curve are both same, but the values will be different on the graph, but both are identical. So now up to proportionality limit, there is a straight line. The area under this gives us the strain energy or work done. So what is work done? Work done is equal to load into deflection. So load into deflection gives us the work done. So what is the load? Load changes from 0 to this point P. So this is load P. There is a gradual increase in load. So there is a gradual increase in load. As it is increasing in a straight line, that will be half into P. The deflection is delta. So half into P into delta. This gives us the work done, and this work done is called as strain energy. And the strain energy is equal to half into P into delta in case of a gradually applied load. So remember this, when it is gradually applied load, then only strain energy is half into P into delta. Now, so we can write delta is equal to PL by AE. So there is a formula, delta is equal to PL by AE. So substituting this, half into P into PL by AE. Now, so now what will I do is half into P can be written as sigma into A. Sigma into A, stress into area, into sigma. P can also be written as sigma into A into L divided by area into Young's modulus. So area gets cancelled. Finally, strain energy is represented with U. U is equal to half into sigma square by E into area into length. This gives us the volume. So this is the formula for strain energy. So this is normal, the strain energy, but we encounter some terms called resilience, modulus of resilience, and all this. So now in strain energy there are different types like resilience, proof resilience, modulus of resilience, toughness, and modulus of toughness. Many people confuse between these terms, and we will see clearly what is the difference between them and what are these units. First let us see resilience. Let's see resilience. So resilience is nothing but strain energy, energy that is absorbed up to elastic limit, up to not, it is under elastic limit, under elastic limit. So area under P delta curve, area under P delta curve gives us resilience. So now, so this will be the stress strain curve for steel, and the P delta curve will be also same. So I am considering this as P delta curve, and this is the elastic limit. Area under this curve, so area under this curve gives us resilience. So resilience and the strain energy that we have defined earlier are both same. But here we need to see that resilience means under elastic limit, not up to elastic limit. That means if I consider any point under elastic limit, so up to here I have considered. So load is applied up to this point. Under this area gives us strain resilience. If you consider up to this point, that means load is applied up to this point. This is point 1, this is point 2. So up to here the strain energy, the resilience will be present. That is called as resilience. Resilience is not a property. Is not a property, because as the load is applied, it absorbs particular energy, that is called as resilience. If a small load is applied, small resilience will be present. If a large load is applied, large resilience will be present. So this is not a material property. And what is this proof resilience? Proof resilience. So, and also resilience is given by resilience is equal to that normal strain energy, that means sigma square by 2E into volume. This is the resilience. What is sigma? Applied stress, the stress up to which it is applied, that is called as sigma, half into P into delta. So what are the units for resilience? What are the units? Units means it is the work done, strain energy or work done. That means Newton meter. Newton meter is the units of proof resilience. Now let us see what is proof resilience. Proof resilience is energy up to elastic limit, energy absorbed up to elastic limit, not under elastic limit, up to elastic limit. So up to elastic limit is proof resilience. That means the curve is like this. Here up to elastic limit means this is elastic limit, area under this curve or energy absorbed up to this point, area under P delta curve up to elastic limit. So this gives us the maximum resilience. So proof resilience means maximum resilience. And what are the units? Units will be the same. Units means Newton meter or Newton mm, Newton meter, NC. So that is called as proof resilience. Then what is this modulus of resilience? Modulus of resilience. This is simply proof resilience per unit volume. Proof resilience per unit volume. So what is this proof resilience? Proof resilience means up to elastic limit. Energy up to this maximum point, up to elastic limit. The energy absorbed is called proof resilience, and it is the area under P delta curve up to elastic limit. And this modulus of resilience means proof resilience per unit volume. So modulus of resilience, I am writing it MOR, that is equal to proof resilience per unit volume, means total. By dividing total volume, we will be getting unit volume. So now proof resilience means half into sigma, I am writing this sigma E square by 2E. Sorry, this is not half. Sigma square by. So sigma square by 2E into volume. I am writing this as sigma E, so that you can say that this is sigma E up. That is the elastic stress, maximum elastic stress divided by volume. So volume gets cancelled. So modulus of resilience is equal to sigma E square divided by 2E. So this is the modulus of resilience. So what are the units? Units of modulus of resilience. Proof resilience was Newton meter divided by volume. Volume means meter cube. So Newton meter per meter cube or Newton per meter square. So this modulus of resilience is a property. A property of material. That is because elastic limit will be constant for a particular material. So this is the this proof resilience will be constant, and per unit volume. So proof resilience will not be constant. If you see this formula, modulus of resilience sigma E square by 2E. That means elastic stress will be constant for a particular material, and Young's modulus will be constant for particular material. So modulus of resilience gives us a property of material. So this is about resilience and modulus of resilience. Now toughness and modulus of toughness. Let us see that. Toughness. So toughness is nothing but, resilience means energy absorbed up to elastic limit, and toughness means energy up to fracture point, fracture or rupture point. That means if you consider the stress strain curve or a P delta curve, it will be this way. And also I forgot to tell you something. This modulus of resilience is area under stress strain curve. So resilience and proof resilience was area under P delta curve, and modulus of resilience is area under stress strain curve. So here also toughness is energy up to fracture point and area under P delta curve up to fracture point. So area under P delta curve, this is P delta curve or a stress strain curve, and I am considering it as P delta curve. So area under this. So this gives us the toughness. So what are the units? The units of toughness are same, Newton meter. And what is this? Modulus of toughness. So modulus of resilience was proof resilience by volume. Here toughness per unit volume gives us modulus of toughness, and this is the area under stress strain curve up to fracture point. So if you draw the no need to draw this diagram again. So from this modulus of toughness, I am writing is MOT. Modulus of toughness is equal to toughness by volume. Toughness by volume of the material. So this gives us the modulus of toughness. So what are the units? Units means toughness is Newton meter and volume means meter cube. That means Newton per meter square. You can call it Newton meter per meter cube or Newton per meter square. That is the modulus of toughness. So this is also a property. Modulus of toughness is also a property of material, because it does not depend on any other factors of the size of the material. So this is also a property of material. So resilience is under elastic limit, not up to elastic limit. Under elastic limit, the energy absorbed is called resilience. Area under P delta curve gives us the resilience. Resilience is not a property. So the units are Newton meter. Then proof resilience, energy up to elastic limit gives us proof resilience. Area under P delta curve up to elastic limit is proof resilience. And the units are same, Newton meter. Modulus of resilience is proof resilience per unit volume. And area under stress strain curve gives us the modulus of resilience. Units are Newton per meter square or Newton meter per meter cube. Next, toughness. Toughness is energy up to fracture point. So this is the final fracture point or rupture. Area under P delta curve up to fracture point gives us toughness. So units are Newton meter. Modulus of toughness is toughness per unit volume. Area under stress strain curve gives up to fracture point gives us the modulus of toughness. Modulus of toughness is equal to toughness by volume. Units are Newton per meter square or Newton meter per meter cube.